Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a world where nature truly pushes the limits.
Yeah, we're exploring some of the most extreme and honestly awe-inspiringly dangerous places on Earth.
Exactly. And our source material for this deep dive is from this fascinating book called The World's Most Dangerous Places. It promises to unveil nature's harshest secrets, its biggest challenges.
Sounds intense.
It is. So our mission really is to pull out the most gripping facts, the key insights from these pages. We want you to walk away understanding why these places are so perilous, not just what they are.
Right. The context behind the danger.
Think of this as your personal shortcut. You'll be incredibly well informed about the planet's wildest, most unforgiving corners. We're talking everything from, scorching deserts, toxic
To
lakes.
venomous islands, treacherous roads, the whole spectrum.
It's going to be quite a ride. Okay, let's unpack this. Get ready for some truly wild destinations.
Indeed. And what we're about to uncover, it isn't just about harsh climates or, tough terrain. It's really the full spectrum of danger, environmental extremes, raw geological power, hidden chemical threats, biological ones too.
Comprehensive look, yeah.
Exactly, just how hostile parts of our planet can be.
All right, let's kick things off with places defined by their just brutal climates and landscapes. And where better to start than, well, a name that says it all, Death Valley in the USA.
Ah, yes, Death Valley.
What makes this place more than just its infamous reputation? I mean, what's the real danger?
Well, it's situated between California and Nevada, and it absolutely lives up to its name.
One of the hottest places on Earth, right?
Oh, yeah, famously so. It once hit 56.6 degrees Celsius, that's what, 134 Fahrenheit? Just staggering heat.
Unbelievable.
But it's not just the heat. Surprisingly, it's also prone to sudden, violent flash floods.
Floods.
In the desert.
Yeah, after those rare desert storms.
Yeah.
And tragically, many hikers have lost their lives there, often caught between the extreme heat and, well, these unexpected deluges.
Wow. It's fascinating, isn't it, how those two things, the extreme dryness and then sudden floods combine. The ground is so baked it can't absorb the rain, so it just rushes, turns into a torrent.
Exactly. A deadly combination.
It really makes Death Valley a kind of critical natural lab for understanding resilience and how fast conditions can flip.
Speaking of brutal heat, let's pivot slightly. Similar temperatures, maybe, but very different dangers. The Danakil Desert in Ethiopia.
Ah, the Danakil, East Africa.
Right. Considered one of the most uninhabited environments anywhere. Geologically, it's where tectonic plates are actively pulling apart, diverging.
So the Earth is literally splitting open there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And that allows magma, gases from deep inside, to surface. It creates this, otherworldly landscape.
Yeah.
Toxic volcanic vapors, and still temperatures can hit 50 Celsius. That's 122 Fahrenheit.
And what's really astonishing there is how that raw geological power shapes the environment. Those diverging plates release superheated steam, gases like sulfur dioxide, they react to form acids, toxic fumes.
So it's not just hot, it's poisonous.
Exactly. The atmosphere itself is actively hostile, makes any long-term human presence, well, virtually impossible.
Okay, from deserts to coastlines. Imagine a place that tells a chilling story just with its name. The Skeleton Coast in Namibia.
Ooh, yeah, that name definitely paints a picture.
It stretches for hundreds of miles, southern Angola down to northern Namibia. Very arid, harsh climate, battered by strong desert winds, and its reputation deadly, mainly due to the absolute lack of food or fresh water.
And the name isn't just metaphorical, is it?
Not at all. The bones of elephants, whales, seals, they're literally scattered along the shore. Stark reminders.
Wow.
Extreme weather, no resources. If you get stranded there, survival is incredibly difficult.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, about what it takes for a landscape to earn a name like Skeleton Coast? It's just the stark testament to the planet's indifferent power. Survival odds basically zero.
All right, let's shift gears a bit, moving beyond just climate into places where the danger comes from. What's beneath the surface or in the water.
Landscapes of fire and poison.
Exactly. And first, let's contrast the American Death Valley with its Russian counterpart, the Russian Valley of Death.
Okay, interesting. How does it compare?
Well, unlike the American one, which is all about the heat, this Russian valley, it's near the Kikpinich volcano, and it contains highly concentrated toxic volcanic vapors. Nasty stuff.
Like what kind of gases?
We're talking hydrogen sulfide, carbon dioxide, really concentrated. They're so potent, small animals that just wander in, they can die instantly.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's extremely dangerous just to approach. A hidden, invisible threat with immediate consequences.
That immediate, unseen danger from the gases. That's a key difference from the American Death Valley's heat, isn't it? Carbon dioxide displaces oxygen, quick suffocation. Hydrogen sulfide is a cellular poison. It's a totally different kind of lethal, silent killer.
And speaking of unseen threats and fire, you've probably heard of this next one, the Gates of Hell in Turkmenistan.
The Darvaza gas crater, yes.
That's the one. It's actually a natural gas field inside an underground cave.
Yeah.
Back in 1971, geologists set it on fire on purpose. They wanted to stop methane, a greenhouse gas, from escaping.
Mitigation attempt.
Right.
Yeah.
But the crazy part, it's been burning continuously ever since.
For over 50 years now.
Yeah. Emitting intense heat, toxic gases, just this perpetual fiery hole in the ground.
It's such a stark example of, human intervention meeting massive geological forces, trying to solve one problem, methane release, and creating this, enduring fiery spectacle. Makes you wonder about long-term consequences.
Definitely. Okay, from literal fire to a lake that looks like fire but kills differently. Lake Natron in Tanzania.
Lake Natron, visually striking right here.
Incredibly. It appears fiery red or crimson. That's thanks to specialized red bacteria. Temperatures can get super high, up to 120 Celsius or 248 Fahrenheit. But the real kicker...
the water chemistry.
Exactly. It's extremely alkaline. The pH can go above 12.
12? That's like bleach territory.
Yeah, pretty much. Corrosive to skin, eyes, and animals that touch the water. They don't just die. They turn into these stone-like calcified figures.
It literally petrifies them. That extreme alkalinity, the sodium carbonate leaching from the volcanic rock, it calcifies organic matter, turns them to stone. It's a natural process that just defies our usual understanding of water, showing the absolute limits of life.
Wild stuff. And finally, when we talk fire and danger, we have to mention active volcanoes, right? The allure, the threat. Let's touch on Hawaii volcanoes, specifically Kilauea.
Kilauea, one of the most active in the world.
It really is. And despite the obvious danger, you can actually take walking tours, even boat tours, relatively close, which is incredible.
A rare glimpse of raw power.
Definitely. It's been erupting continuously since 1983, the main dangers. Unpredictable lava flows, obviously.
Consuming everything.
Right. And also the toxic gases like sulfur dioxide, bad for the lungs.
It really does highlight our fascination, doesn't it? Humanity's draw to these powerful natural forces, even with the huge risks, witnessing the Earth creating itself. But it also underscores that constant tension between curiosity and, the planet's inherent, sometimes devastating power.
Okay, this is where I think it gets really interesting. Or maybe terrifyingly so.
Uh-oh.
We're shifting now
into
places where the threat comes from animals. Or, in one really unique case, other people.
Okay. Human and animal threats.
Let's start with the literal meaning behind the Death Road. Officially, it's the north youngest road in Bolivia.
The Death Road. Heard of it. Infamous.
And for good reason. It stretches 43 miles through the Andes. Think dense fog, like zero visibility sometimes, sheer drops, maybe 2,000 feet straight down.
Wow.
Constant threat of landslides, waterfalls crashing right onto the narrow road. It is, extremely dangerous to navigate.
I can only imagine.
And the toll. Until they built a safer alternative around 1994, this raid caused roughly 300 driver deaths every year.
300 a year. That's staggering. Absolutely justifies the nickname. It's such a chilling example, isn't it? Infrastructure carved out of necessity right through this untamed landscape, where engineering just slams into extreme natural hazards. Every trip was a gamble back then. Humans at the mercy of nature.
Totally. Okay, next up, an island dominated by one specific terrifying creature, Snake Island, Ilha da Queimada Grande, off Brazil.
Snake Island. Right, even the name.
Yeah, and apparently no human dares walk on it. It's so dangerous the Brazilian government has actually made visiting illegal, period.
Why? What's there?
It's famous, or infamous, for its golden lancehead vipers, dense colonies of them, and their venom. It's potent enough to kill a person with one bite within hours, causes massive bleeding, tissue death.
Nasty. And it's the density of them, right? Like snakes everywhere. It's fascinating in a terrifying way how one species can completely dominate an entire island. A literal no-go zone for humans. A living fortress sealed off by evolutionary power.
Exactly. And finally, maybe the most unique human-related danger we'll cover. North Sentinel Island in India.
The Sentinelese.
Located in the Andaman Islands.
Yeah.
Considered one of the most dangerous places for any outsiders, tourists especially, the reason. Its indigenous tribe, the Sentinelese. They're known for extreme hostility towards anyone from the outside.
They're uncontacted, right?
And fiercely protective. Fiercely. They see visitors as the threat, and they react violently. Arrows, spears, They defend their isolation. There have been multiple incidents of outsiders being killed trying to approach. The Indian government mostly leaves them undisturbed now.
It's such a profound boundary, isn't it? One actively maintained by the inhabitants themselves. It really challenges our ideas of unexplored territory, and it forces us to respect their autonomy, their isolation. A stark reminder that exploration isn't always about going in. Sometimes it's about respecting boundaries.
Wow, what a journey that
Oh,
was.
no.
Through some of the planet's most incredible and, yeah, perilous places. We've seen extreme environments, geological and chemical hazards, landscapes of fire and poison.
And then places where life itself, animal or human, is the danger.
It just underscores the incredible power, the diversity, and sometimes the sheer hostility of our planet.
So what does this all mean for you, the curious learner who's just taken this deep dive with us into Earth's most dangerous corners? Well, these places aren't just dangerous spots on a map. They're powerful reminders, I think. Reminders of the planet's vast, untamed forces. And maybe the inherent fragility of human existence against that backdrop. They challenge our desire to conquer, to explore everything. It leaves you with a question, doesn't it? What does it truly mean to explore when some parts of our world are utterly off limits, demanding only our respect from a distance? Perhaps they offer us a vital lesson